Hello everyone, Lastva from The Wandering Investor. Today I'm in Tivat in Montenegro with Peter Square Meter. Peter, how are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you again. How are you?
Good.
All right, we arranged the nice weather for you. What do you think?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So today we'll be doing a slightly different video. We'll be doing an overview of the Tivat real estate market. So we're not going to go into specifics saying, oh, this apartment's a great investment, etc. We're just going to go and discuss the market in general in Tivat, as well as the different neighborhoods, because the Tivat is very different from one neighborhood to another. Some have more growth potential than others, some are more established. And Peter, you've been here for how long?
I got here 2005, so getting on for 20 years. So this is my 19th year. So yeah.
All right, 2 decades of living in Tivat and selling real estate.
My plan was to be here for 3 years, and then after 2 years, I was thinking like, well, where else can I go? And I still think, and I just can't really find anywhere better to be. So it's cost of living, lifestyle opportunities, it's all here.
So when you first came here, I'm pretty sure Tivat didn't look like this, right?
No, I didn't. Actually, we're going to get to the centre soon. You won't see it, but it was actually, that was a horrible black tarmac kind of car park. It was very run down and so on. But then obviously Peter Monk came over here. He was invited by the president of Montenegro, and then they created this amazing kind of resort. And I think Porto Montenegro has actually spearheaded the luxury tourism for Montenegro. So, and it continues to grow. And you've got other great developments like Mrčevac Bay and Porto Novi and so on. You've got like $3 billion worth of kind of luxury resorts in a very, very small triangle. So a lot of growth has already happened, and there's a lot more potential to come to Montenegro. I think for the next 2 decades, it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, there aren't too many places in the world where you have so many yachts. I mean, here there are literally a bunch of super yachts, not just normal yachts, but super yachts in the background.
Yeah.
From my own balcony, I mean, the apartment you sold to me in 2016.
Yeah, it was a good buy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was an amazing buy. I get to enjoy breakfast and see all of these yachts from my terrace. It is quite a unique place. So here we are in Porto Montenegro, so this big development. Can you give us an idea of the range in terms of square meter prices?
Sure. The current range has gone from about 7,000 to 10,000 euros per square meter. The latest development that they are just about to kind of release will be opened up is called Boca Place. That's around about 7,500 euros per square meter. They have a new release which is called Synchro. Synchro will be in the prime location in Porto Montenegro, and that price range will go from 12,000 to 25,000 euros per square meter.
25,000 euros a square meter.
So as expensive or more expensive than central London.
That's insane.
It is insane, but you know what? It's a very unique place. They're going to build something on the water. They're going to have the private beach, the owners of that particular development. There aren't that many places in the world that sort of, let's say the wealthy people can go to, sports stars and so on and so forth, to have this level of luxury, privacy, and it's a very, very relaxed ambiance as well. People can come here and feel at home very easily. So
absolutely, combined with a low tax regime, so it's really attracting wealthy people from all over the world. Then I think what's interesting is you're going to take us to the next neighborhood, which is Donja Lastva. I've operated some flip operations in the past there. You helped me sell some of my apartments. Yeah. But their prices, it's essentially walking distance from that 25,000 euro square meter development. Walking distance, but prices are much lower, right?
I think, for me personally, actually, I think there's a really smart idea. We have our office actually, which is just over here. It's in Kalimanya, sort of 10 minutes walk from here. So I think what to look for if you're looking to invest in this area and you can't afford 12 to 25,000 euros a square meter, then be within a 10 or 20 minute walk of Porto Montenegro or the center, the front, so it's called Pine in Tivat. Those are the places to look for because that's where people want to rent. So a lot of people want to put this onto the rental pool on Airbnb or Booking.com and so on. So we have a few options which will range from, let's say, 3,000 to 6,000 euros a square meter. Good quality buildings, great locations, great potential, and doing very, very well in terms of the rental occupancy and income.
All right, cool. Let's go check out one of those properties.
Let's go.
Great. So tell us about this place.
Okay, we're in a penthouse apartment now. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with 2 rooftop terraces, which is quite interesting. So let's go through and have a look. Go into the living room.
What's the price point?
This is around about 6,000 euros per square meter. So if you remember from Porto Montenegro, we're talking about 8,000 to 25,000 euros a square meter. The big benefit of this place here is the location. Your second line to the sea. The apartment's just short of 90 square meters, but the terraces, so you have this terrace and another terrace on the above here, are about 160 square meters of terraces. So it's about 250 square meters in total. The other great bonus as well is that it's the first sale of this apartment from the developer, so that means no purchase tax, so that will save quite a bit. That'll probably save about 50,000 euros in purchase tax.
Because the price point is how much?
It's just short of 800,000, 780.
Okay, so 90 square meters on the title deed.
Of the interior space, for the living space, and I think it's 137 including this terrace, and plus you have the exclusive rights of the roof terrace as well. The neighbor has his, he rents it out by the way and does a fantastic job, so he has outdoor kitchen, pergola, jacuzzis and so on. So.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's not spend too much time looking at the apartment itself. Okay, bedroom, bathroom. Cool. Yeah, and people need to get comfortable with the concept of exclusive usage rights in Montenegro. It scares a lot of people in the sense that, well, it's not on the title deed, it just says that I have exclusive usage rights.
It can be written in the contract.
But it can be written in the contract, yeah. So in the past, I've done deals where I had parking spots that were exclusive usage rights, and it's fine. I was able to sell these rights.
Yeah. Should we go up?
Gosh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you do here?
Actually, we sold the other apartment to a South African businessman, and what they did here was a jacuzzi, outdoor kitchen, pergola, outdoor living space. So basically, this is pretty much Mediterranean living, indoor, outdoor living. So you actually have more outdoor living space than you actually have indoor living space, which is the kind of whole point of it. But I do some things where you can actually kind of weatherproof it. So I get these kind of wonderful kind of aluminium kind of pergolas, which then you can seal the tops and so on. Let's say kind of kitchen and so on.
So essentially, you can either get an apartment like this with a massive rooftop terrace, or 20 minutes away in Porto Montenegro. What would you get for that amount of money?
You would get at the back in Boca Place, you would get a maybe similar size apartment, no terraces. There's only one available, which is for sale now. It does have some limited sea views, but I have the feeling that those sea views will be lost in the future because they're going to put another building in front of it. Whereas here, you can see everything that's been built out, and you've got panoramic views here. So
yeah, nothing's going to be built here for sure. Donja Lastva is really nice because there's a nice little waterfront. You can walk, you can go swimming. There's a bunch of cute little stone houses, cute little Catholic church. It's very nice. And didn't the Beckhams buy a house up here as well?
It was rumored, but I think it was fake news actually. But you see the villa right on the far right. That's an 8 million euro villa. That's 8 million. It was rumored that we were going to have there. This is the prime location in Tivat, outside of Porto Montenegro. We've just bought a plot up on this hill as well. So as you can see, this is where the kind of exclusive villas just outside of the town are being built.
All right. So the Beckhams were rumored to have bought something, but probably never did. All right.
Yeah, just a quick note as well. There's another couple of apartments that we have in this complex as well. So, and they are furnished or unfurnished are between 4,000 and 5,000 euros per square meter. So they're one-bedroom apartments and very, very nice. The location is really good here. Being within a kind of a 10, 12-minute walk of Porto Montenegro. You've also got some very, very popular bars here as well.
I don't think you walk that fast. I think it's more 20.
Maybe 20, yeah. Maybe 20, yeah. I'm daydreaming. I'm not thinking about the time.
Maybe after a few beers, it feels like 10, 12 minutes. Next neighborhood?
Next neighborhood is we're going to go up there over the hill, directly above Porto Montenegro, in an area called Mažina.
Fantastic. Let's go. All right, here we are. Tell us about this place, Peter.
Okay, we have a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom apartments, quite a central location. What you see is what you get, actually. It's really good. So it's ideal for a young family, really good for letting, very good for long-term rentals. So you're having quite a good market for long-term rental in Tivat now. It tends to be attracting the international crowd. So I hate to use sort of the word expat. So this is just ready to buy, move into. Great benefit with this is because you're buying from the developer, you're not paying the purchase tax. The law in Montenegro is that if it's the first sale from the developer, you don't pay the purchase tax, which is on average around about 5% of the value of the property. So as you can see, Ladislav's here. It's got the nice terrace.
Cool, and there are a few apartments for sale in this building, right?
Yeah, we've got a couple of apartments here, and also comes with a parking as well. And this one actually, until something gets built.
This one is outdoors parking, and the previous building we saw was underground parking.
They've got the secure, the other one, which had the penthouse, is the secure underground parking with storage as well, and this has got the outdoor parking, yeah.
And the pricing of this place?
It's around about 3,500, 3,700 euros per square meter, so about 290, 310,000 for the apartments.
Yeah.
They're both the same size, but basically as you go up, you get a slightly better view.
Yeah, this would do well for the long-term market. A lot of people are moving to Montenegro on a either permanent or semi-permanent basis.
Yeah.
Typically, people tend to spend here 2-3 years. You know?
Yeah, I think it's people with young families are kind of coming here. Actually, we're really attracting a lot of American clients at the moment, but obviously the last few years there's been a lot of Russian and Ukrainians as well. It seems to go in phases. There's been kind of Turks and South Africans and so on. But in general, actually, you find, especially in places like Tivat, very international, very mixed crowd. It's quite interesting. But it's also the type of people. It tends to be young professionals or entrepreneurs that are coming here.
And what are the options for schools here in Tivat? Because this is a big draw for families and people moving here.
Very good international school. You've got Knightsbridge School, which is the baccalaureate system of qualification education. Nearby, there's another one which is Arcadia, is just 20 minutes away, that uses the Cambridge British kind of educational system there. You've got the local schools. We have a young boy, actually, he's at a local kindergarten. To give you an idea of pricing, that's a private kindergarten, and we're paying 200 euros a month, and that's for transport to and from the kindergarten and breakfast and lunch.
But that's in Serbian.
That's in Serbian though, yeah.
Okay.
So, but if the kids are young enough, then they can just adapt very, very easily. So.
And the international schools are between 10 and 15K a year, roughly?
Actually, 12 to 20, the price is going up, but they're getting bigger and bigger. The Arcadia, for example, has grown from having 20 kids to about 300 now, so it's quite substantial.
Yeah, wow, that's growth. The next apartment we're going to check out in a different neighborhood called Kava.
Yeah.
That area is growing so fast that they even have plans to build another local school. So personally, I don't know too many places in Europe where governments are building local schools, not for immigrants, but for local kids.
Yeah.
That's how much Tivat is growing.
Sure, I think Tivat is very interesting, and actually we moved our office from Kotor to Tivat about 10 years ago because part of my job was actually look at the economics and the growth of things. You could easily see the writing on the wall. Again, Porto Montenegro being the catalyst of it, you could see that a lot of people wanted to come to this Tivat area, so it's really attracted the best restaurants and bars, and also a lot of professionals. Even if they're working outside of this area, they want to be here because the families want to be here. Actually, the kids and they're being sexist, but the wives and the kids and whatever tend to want to be in Tivat as well, and they have all the functions. I mean, for example, in Porto Montenegro, you have the new development Boca Place, and they have a one and only hotel there. It's called Ciro, and that has an amazing kind of wellness kind of center there. It's probably one of the best in Europe. So, and it's aimed at attracting professional athletes and people who just want to kind of recoup and exercise, I guess.
What would be the gross capitalization rate or rental yields on an apartment like this, roughly?
On average, we're not even taking things on unless they're getting a 5% gross. But something like this, especially if you're going to put it into Airbnb or something for the shorter terms, I would say that you're going to get maybe 7 to 10% if you're really going to work it. I think, doing the things off season. And I would say that something like this would give you a 6%, 7% kind of a yield for long-term rentals.
Yeah, roughly. When you're looking net after management fees, after taxes, after common charges, property tax, etc. Generally speaking, in Tivat, you can get around between 4 and 5% net on the long term, and also on the short term. It's a very dynamic market, so sometimes the long term market does better, and then everyone rushes to long-term market, and then the market changes, and then you have to go back to short-term.
Yeah.
It's a very dynamic market.
Sure. Actually,
So
what
supply
happened
just goes up and down depending on what's happening.
a couple of years ago was a great example because especially when the Russians and Ukrainians were coming here, a lot of the locals, they just stopped doing the short-term rentals and then just rented out everything long-term because they go, well, that's it, I can do the same kind of renting for the same money and no work, just have one changeover. But now things are moving over again because there's a lot of demand for the short-term. Tivat's very popular, again, especially because of Porto Montenegro and Tivat Center, so people can use this as their base, go to all the beaches, Kotor, Peras, Herceg Novi, Budvar, and so on and so forth, come back here and spend the evenings here, having a great time.
And this area is approximately a 15 to 20 minute walk to Porto Montenegro and to the water. So the other one was also 15 to 20 minutes to Porto Montenegro, but just, a minute to the beach. So a bit different in terms of target markets.
Yeah.
Now we shall go to Kava, and I can never pronounce that other place,
Mrčevac.
Yeah, I can never pronounce it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of growth happening there. So let's go check it out.
Let's go. Yeah, why not?
All right, Peter, tell us about this place.
Right, new development. This is a resale though, so you would actually have to pay the purchase tax on this. So it's around about a 45 square meter apartment with a 35 square meter terrace, which is excellent.
So 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Yeah, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Obviously sleeps 4. You've got a nice sofa bed here. The terrace is the big feature of this place. And also it's in a complex with a pool as well. And also you have some outdoor parking and some underground parking as well.
What's the price point?
For this, we're just doing the valuation for this, so we're going to pitch it around about 150,000 euros. For rentals, we'd expect to rent around about 650, 700 per month, going back to kind of reasonable returns that we talked about earlier. The good thing about this area is that it's in the area which is going to be gentrified a lot. You mentioned these big developments which are going to go down by the waterfront. Schools, new roads, walk paths, and all that kind of thing. A lot of new developments are coming in this area as well. As it gets harder and harder to find good land in Tivat, all the developers are coming to areas like this, and so you're getting all the facilities as well to come with it too.
Essentially, it's just the logical place for growth to come. I mean, you can hear construction. There's a lot of construction around here. It's between Tivat town, so between Porto Montenegro and the airport. So the airport is a 25-minute walk away from here. So if you live here, you can actually walk to the international airport with direct flights to Dubai, to Istanbul, to Serbia, to London.
Yeah, and I think if you're living here, you probably adapt to it. So it's not as good as the other apartments in terms of walking distance. But then you probably get a bike or electric bike or a scooter or something like that, and then just nip into Tivat or Porto Montenegro. And obviously very cheap for the taxi rides. Taxis are still very cheap in Montenegro.
Yeah, but unreliable. It's hell.
Yeah, hell. In the season. Yeah. So
they just don't
show
up. So
that's right. And I'd say maybe one of the big pluses here is that you have the pool as well. So people really like that too.
Okay. So essentially we're looking at 3,500 euros a square meter, so a little bit cheaper than the other one, but then it comes with a big terrace.
Yeah.
It comes with a pool, it comes with underground parking, which is better than the other one, but it's a 30-minute walk to Porto Montenegro. The area is a little less good, but you have some sea views, but the area is growing, so it's, I'd say for capital gains, this is probably the better play. In terms of lifestyle short term, it wouldn't be as nice.
Sure, and I think it's also kind of fits the budget as well. It's very difficult to get something, especially with a big terrace like this in Tivat. You wouldn't get it. You get maybe a studio apartment, but this is obviously a good size apartment. So great for a young professional couple or something like that if they want to rent it out. So I think it's a good investment.
Cool, fantastic. So I wrote a whole article on the real estate market here in Montenegro, analyzing the whole macro picture as well. There's a link below. And if you're interested in real estate here in Tivat, Kotor, Luštica, the whole Herceg Novi area, the whole Kotor Bay, then do get in touch with Peter Square Meter. There's his email right below.
Yeah, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. There you go.
Thank you, Peter.
Likewise. Yeah, nice to see you again, Ladislav.
Make sure to download my free ebook, 12 Mistakes to Avoid When Investing in International Real Estate, which you can find on my website, link below, and feel free to follow me on Instagram @TheWandering Investor. I look forward to hearing from you.